Hello, my name is Alex Noyd. Today I will be informing you about the Salem witch trials, an event that rocked a small New England community in 1692. Although the events took place over the course of a year, it is still being discussed over 300 years later. Belief in the devil's practice of giving certain humans, also known as witches, the power to harm others in return for their loyalty had emerged in Europe as early as the 14th century and was widespread in colonial New England. These witches were feared and believed to be responsible for many of the hardships faced by the colonists, such as failed crops, the deaths of livestock, illness, and sudden death. In January 1692, Elizabeth Parris and Abigail Williams began having fits, including violent contortions and uncontrollable outbursts of screaming. After a local doctor diagnosed bewitchment, other young girls in the community began to exhibit similar symptoms. In late February, arrest warrants were issued for the Parris' Caribbean slave Tituba, along with two other women whom the girls accused of bewitching them. The three accused witches were brought before the magistrates and questioned. Though none of the three were actually witches, Tituba confessed and claimed to know of other witches in the community. The actions of Tituba and others like her caused paranoia and panic to spread throughout their community. This led to the imprisonment of nearly 140 people, including the highly regarded Rebecca Nurse and the 4-year-old daughter of one of the accused. June 1692 through September 1692, 18 innocent men and women were hung because they were falsely accused and found guilty without any logical evidence of being a witch or practicing witchcraft, and one man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death by heavy stones for refusing to acknowledge the accusations against him. It was due to the actions of two men, Cotton Mather and his father Increase, the president of Harvard College, arguing that witchcraft should be investigated and tried like any other crime, that people began to see the error of their ways in early 1963, that the governor released and pardoned all of the prisoners, but not before several died, including the 4-year-old girl. The hysteria surrounding Salem witch trials resulted in 140 people being accused of practicing witchcraft in Salem, including a 4-year-old girl and a man in his 80s. 20 accused witches were executed, 15 women and 5 men. 19 were hung following a conviction, and 1 was pressed to death for refusing to enter a plea. In January 1697, a day of fasting was held for the tragedy of the Salem witch trials. The court later deemed these trials to be unlawful, and the leading justice, Samuel Sewall, publicly apologized for his role in the process. In 1711, the heirs to those prosecuted and executed received financial restitution.
Created using Powtoon.